Moving on to our next performer, we have Maher Gidwani, A.K.A. the Sindhi man. Maher will be performing a spoken word piece, Untitled. So there's always a lot of fun in that because he will blow you away. I've seen him perform multiple times. And to Maher, resilience means being yourself, unabashedly, fighting the billions, fighting as if you believed in transilience or were willing to use your combined brilliance to come to a consilience because your cause will eventually have its desilience. So there was a poem within his answer. I believe that's a really good precursor for what's about to come. So Maher, you have the mic.
Yep, okay. So I do a few love poems. I have about 4 under the time limit though, so don't worry about that. And so they're shorter poems, but I think that just makes them a little more impactful than they would be otherwise. So the first one, when I look at you, I realize what my eyes were meant to do. Every time you look at me with love, it is a message to my heart to keep beating breathlessly as I stand in front of you, breathing in every breath you send my way. I may lose poetic integrity as I don't talk about how you cataclysmically confirm crazy, confusing cocoons of caterpillars I have seen in my infinitesimally short lifetime when compared to the age of the all-seeing and all-knowing boundless universe. But all that feels so redundant now because real love isn't going to come out in rhyme, deep thought, or alliteration. Sometimes it can come out in your eyes, which light up when they see my face and add value to me and the person I have been before now, because you love me. And that is true poetic sight. So that's the first one. Number 2 is called Love in Silence. So you may get upset when you run out of things to say to your beloved. But it is only because your mind has been put into overdrive, driving into itself, dividing itself into madness as it struggles to push meaning through your vocal cords. When I cannot tell you that I love you, place your hand on my heart and feel it run like a brown kid whose dad is holding a belt. When I cannot find the words to say to you, remember that is the ultimate expression of my love because you make me feel so at home that words become unnecessary. I wouldn't need to speak to myself, and I think you're a part of me, so when I look at you, I smile. It is because I'm looking at you, looking at me, and feel feelings moving through me, then words coming out of me, so us having small talk seems like absolute insanity. Maybe I don't need words to say every time I see you, but when I look at you, I can't help but have my woes alleviate, my eyes dilate, my heartbeat accelerate, because all those things are signals from God to keep going. And that is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about how the love songs that have been sung into generations of romantics till we were hardwired to only know love as our purpose. So that is what I want to talk about. Okay, and then the last 2, I have them on paper here, so they're really short. I told her she made me feel like summertime. Sweaty and anxious about getting a sunstroke. See, I grew up in the desert, where summer wasn't awaited but vilified, and yet in front of you, I wanted to go outside. If only because it allowed me to be with you, masks on and social distancing applied, but finally I'd see you outside of my mind. Love. It is a weapon, one that heartbreakers regularly sharpen to shatter the fragile few with blunt love. And the shattered pieces of the victim make weapons greater and more plentiful than anything the original heartbreaker could have imagined, multiplying one broken heart into another until we are all fighting each other, because that is real human nature. Thank you. Okay, that's all of them.
That was amazing, Maher. As always, you've blown me away. I could never get myself to write a love poem, and you, at your age, I mean, you're older now, but you were like way younger back then, and you were still writing and spitting out these verses that were just pulling at everyone's heartstrings, from like teenagers to people well into their 30s and 40s. So absolute kudos, Maher. Thank you so